We continue focusing on the attaching of these 139 farms belonging to the Matjhabeng Local Municipality as security, as you heard there. Professor Nico Steytler, he is the South African Research Chair in Multlevel Government Law and Development at the University of the Western Cape. Good evening, and thanks for your time on News at Prime. What do you make of Eskom's approach in trying to recoup their monies? Is this the only thing that they can really do?
No, I think I welcome it. Eskom has got a great difficulty to collect money from municipalities. Municipalities simply do not pay over the monies that they collect from consumers. That doesn't get eventually channeled to Eskom, and Eskom must take certain steps. They have in the past attached movable property, vehicles, computers, but you can imagine that is not going to touch anywhere or make a dent in R1 billion debt. One must remember that municipalities are not immune from attachment to settled debts. It's different from national government and for provinces. But there is a caution, is that a municipality may resist an attachment if that asset that they have is used to provide basic services. You cannot allow that a credit attach a water purification plant or such thing. So it is then the obvious thing is to look at properties that a municipality has that is not serving the purpose of providing a service, basic municipal services to their residents. And now farms, on the face of it, they do not fit the bill of providing some municipal service. One should also be careful. Sometimes a municipality may buy a farm with the purpose of establishing a new settlement there, a new residential area, a township, to provide housing. But 139 farms looks not that that's being served for that purpose. So one have to look at how come that the municipality's got these many farms, and as you were asked earlier, is what are they doing with the farming? Because it's not the core business of municipalities to farm. That's not what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to provide basic services, electricity, water, sanitation, roads, and so on.
Professor Steytler, sorry to come in there. So, are we likely to see this move begin to push more municipalities to try and settle their bills in whichever way possible? Or do you think that people are simply going to keep doing what they've been doing, which is kicking the can as far down the road as possible?
Well, I think Eskom is serious. And one should welcome that, because if you can't pay your bills, yet you sit on assets which you're not using for providing basic municipal services, then you question, why do you have those assets? And from other municipalities, we've learned that farms get rented out at ridiculously low prices, at low rates, and so one will have to investigate: is any money coming into the coffers of Matjhabeng arriving from these farms? Otherwise, it's like an investment. It's investment. You need to liquidate it in order to pay your debts.
How are we going to ensure that municipalities aren't completely crippled by this debt that they have? Because on the one hand, entities like Eskom may be able to attach properties, but the reality is that they simply don't have the money. That's the municipalities. They've either squandered it, there are lots of things which the Auditor General has been telling us municipalities are doing with this money, and sometimes it doesn't include, servicing the bills that they need to be servicing.
Yep, that's correct. Even Matjhabeng had a long history of being a basket case of a municipality, interventions, claims of fraud, corruption were there. Now, the question then is, yet they have, and their bank account which were attached and were then released again, there's a very small amount of it, just about 2.9 million rand, according to reports. Yet they sit on a number of farms, and one will obviously need to know it's a huge amount. It's 2.4 billion rand worth. So if that is not used to provide basic services needed in that area, why have it? And that it stands to no benefit to the residents who are struggling, who get the electricity cut off when Eskom says we're not going to continue providing electricity if you don't pay your bills. Then obviously the answer is liquidate those assets, pay the bills, and then also the duty on Eskom to make sure that a municipality don't accumulate such huge amounts, which then in the end becomes impossible to repay.
Professor Nico Steytler from the University of the Western Cape, thanks for your time on News at Prime.